When your own child says something that breaks your heart. Has your own child ever said something so mean it broke your heart? My husband and I had just finished watching Batman with our 6-year-old daughter when she innocently said, "Riddle me this, Daddy," who is 41 but looks like a 200-year-old witch. We both stopped dead in our tracks. But before we could say a word, she clapped her hands and asked, "Mommy, does Mommy look like a 200-year-old witch?" My face went pale. I nervously laughed and put her to bed. But when I came back out to my husband, I just broke down. You see, I couldn't even be mad at my daughter for saying that because she was right. Despite being in my early 40s, I looked like a wrinkly old worm. My forehead had wrinkles. My cheeks had wrinkles. Even my wrinkles had wrinkles. My husband held me while I cried all night, kissing my head and telling me I was beautiful. He said that even if I was a witch, I'd be the prettiest witch in town. That just made me cry even harder. The next day, I wasn't over my daughter's comment, so I did something rash. I visited a plastic surgeon, but when he started recommending procedures meant for women 60 and older, I wanted to cry. He told me Botox was my only solution. At first, it sounded like a good idea, until I realized I'd be paying $1,200 to look plastic and unnatural. I didn't want to risk looking like a botched surgery, so I thanked the doctor and left feeling crushed. That night, my daughter asked if I had just come back from evil potion making class, which made me feel even worse. But then I found something better. When my new package arrived, I was ecstatic. I tore it open, read the instructions. Okay, that's a lie. I tossed them aside and started using it right away. My husband was at work that day, but when he came home, he told me I was glowing more than usual. I was over the moon. I told him why, and he just dropped his jaw. He called me a genius and said my secret needed to be protected forever. Fast forward 1 month, I was feeling on top of the world. When my daughter jokingly asked if I was making young person potions in my witch classes, I knew I was doing something right. 2 months later, I wasn't just looking my age. I looked like I was in my 20s again. I was finally the hot mom I'd always dreamed of being. My husband couldn't keep his hands off me, and my daughter now joked about mommy looking like a model. Honestly, it brought tears to my eyes every time I heard it. Even a woman at work asked me what I was studying in college. When I told her I was over 40, she looked like she'd seen a ghost and begged to know my secret. So what was my secret? Sunscreen. That's right. Growth Factor sunscreen I wore every day for 3 months. It literally reversed my aging. Here's my before and after. What about you? Has your child ever said something so blunt it broke your heart? How did you react? Share your story in the comments.